for the one and only, the original Friday Night Sports Blitz.
Welcome back, everybody, and the craziness on the field translated right over here in the studio. Chris is almost out of breath, but I'm going to toss it to you anyway, pal. Take it away, Chris.
Wildness tonight across the board, including here in studio.
Snap.
Okay, we have an update on that London-San Diego. London survives. They come back in the final minute and then win in overtime. I want to say they said the final was 41-34. We'll check it in the scoreboard, but London wins in overtime. But an updated highlight on that coming up soon. All right, let's get to another district championship game, though. Calallen honoring fallen Kingsville officer Sherman Benish before the game. He was a Calallen grad, 1981. His widow helping lead the team out. So just great to see them honoring him tonight. But as far as the actual game, Calallen and Port Lavaca. Calallen looking for an outright district championship. Port Lavaca hoping to share it. Port Lavaca 4th down and 3. They go for it. The Cats come up with the stop. Calallen in business. Defensive coordinator Steve Campbell, he's liking what he sees. He doesn't show a lot of emotion, but that's him. That's Coach Campbell. But he was liking the stops, trust me. But here, the Cats QB Bryce Burnett here with the first down. This is just one of those games, you know, the rushing offense versus the rushing offense. Coach Phil Danaher, yeah, he wants to see his guys keep it up. Now, Calallen going for it on 4th down. You don't see a whole lot of passing touchdowns from Calallen, but if you had that on your bingo card tonight, they got it done here. Burnett going to hook up with Skylar Rubio over the middle. That's a touchdown. Cats go up 7-0. They would eventually go up 14-0 at the break. Calallen, your district champions outright. They win. They beat Port Lavaca 33-21. Your final.
Moving on to the next game, we have Bevo Jones Trojans over at Miller playing the Bucks. Now both teams headed to the playoffs. They're just battling for the seed. So off the top, huge tackle by Jones Caleb Washington, who bucks Lonnie Atkinson stops right in his tracks. Then on 4th for Miller, Ethan Greenwood makes a run for it, but is met by a wall of Trojans. Trojans ball. The Trojans do settle for the field goal, which would bring them up 3-zip, putting the first numbers on the board for them. For Bevo Jones, that is. And then moving on, Miller answers right back with Jaden Brown and the QB keeper for the touchdown. I noticed this. He runs all the way back to the bench and is like, let's go. He's ready for business. I love that. The field goal was good. 7-zip, Miller on top. Then Trojans getting it going with this trick play. Clearly, I was definitely tricked, if you could not tell there. With QB number 14 to 21, Isaiah Gonzalez, who takes it all the way. And lots of Trojans there. That's why you can't see the touchdown right away. Anyway, 7-10, Bevo Jones back on top. Bucks ain't about it, though. They want to do something about it. So QB Jaden Brown finds Lonnie Atkinson, who collects some ankles on his way to the Casa. Touchdown, Miller. Now, again, Miller back on top, 14-10. So let's take a look at that final, because I am not. There we go. 24-28. Miller taking that one, which makes them the 3rd seed.
The 2 seed. So, okay, so we'll do a quick district standings. Come back on camera if we can.
Yes.
So Miller and Port Lavaca tied. So Miller is the 2 seed. They beat the Crabs. So that district goes Calallen, Miller, Port Lavaca, Beeville.
There you have it.
There you have it.
There you have it.
That one I actually knew. Some of the other ones that we're going to get to here in a little bit, maybe not so much. But that district is now set heading into the playoffs next week. Okay, we've got plenty more coming up on the Blitz. Some highlights just coming in from Hebronville. We're trying to get, again, those San Diego, that London game late. So stay tuned. We got more on the Blitz coming up.
More Friday Night Sports Blitz is next up. Stand by.